Hello everybody, BroStack here with another Minecraft video. As you can see, I'm on SkyCade Prisons. If you've been watching, I suppose you wouldn't be able to tell if you weren't. But yes, SkyCade Prisons is a series that I choose to take advantage of by talking about my channel. It's basically a way to get, updates on my channel and stuff going on in my life that could affect the channel in turn. Cool stuff like that. And also updates on like series and future plans, that cool stuff. And yes, I usually have the limit for this set to like, you once every week or more for time, and at least once every 2 weeks for this series, because it's not exactly the most interesting. It's just kind of like, all right, so this is what's going to happen with this guy, and they tend to be pretty lengthy, like half an hour to an hour. And yes, it has actually gone to an hour, and that was when I was talking about my whole ordeal with getting the truck, and that was painful. I got it though, that's nice. Alright, so first order of business is actually take care of, stuff I actually do on prisons. I do actually do stuff. That's why I'm level 37. So, let's see. Let's go get our starter and weekly kits. As presented by Harrington. Basic and... oh! Wow, see about timing? Yeah. So I can't actually get weekly quite yet. So that's a bummer, but that's fine. Item exchanger. Exchange you for something useful. That's a lot of books. It's like I accidentally put my pickaxe in there, I would die. Alright, we got Dark Sight, Explorer, that's a good book. Prot for 32, well, is that a good book? Let's see, what armor? Fire Prot, that's actually good. Explorer, so these are trash. This is a good book, but I can't necessarily use it. And these two are decent. However, not good enough to where I'm willing to risk my armor that is currently pretty decent. However, these boots are pretty trash at the moment. Alright, YOLO. Yeah, you gotta love SkyCade. Yep. I was actually confident the 28% would actually work, but... yeah, that's SkyCade for you. SkyCade Prisons. I don't think those percents are actually legit. I'm pretty sure they're a bit harsh than they actually are. I'm just certain of it. Because there's just no way that, like, 75% of the time guaranteed it's going to explode. Just no way. Alright, so. Don't need you. Don't need you. Don't need you. And you. This Explorer book, I might be able to get like 10k perhaps. Small amounts of money. Alright. Remember my headset, it's messed up. Only one ear works, the left, which has the mic, so thankfully that is what is working compared to what else couldn't be. Alright. Click here. Sell price, like I said, I could probably make 10k from this. Which is a small amount of money, but it's something. Oh, encoding overloaded. That is a message I haven't seen on anything in a long time. Let me... oh boy. Okay, it's letting up. Alright. For a moment, I'm like, oh, that could have been displaying the entire time, and I just really messed up by not looking. I think I'm good, though. I have this crap crate. That's just lovely. Okay, Quest Master, let's check out this guy, see if there's anything I can do within the given time. Sell items in auction house. Huh, I haven't seen that one before. Let's just get this one and this one. Alright, now let's actually do some work. And I'll be actually talking about stuff. Mines, Hobble Forward, yeah. Encoding overloaded again! Bloody hell. So if you don't know what that means, it basically means the audio or the game picture isn't recording properly. Nowadays, it tends to be the game picture and the audio tends to be stellar. Hopefully you don't hear my words. But yeah, that tends to be how it is now. Before it would be the other way kind of deal. Alright, but anyway, so there's quite a few points on why I really wanted to make this episode. So, a series that I recently kickstarted up back, like, I started a while back with factions, regular factions, alright? I started that. And I made a series up until episode 8 when the faction disbanded, and yeah. So, there was that whole ordeal, and I'm like, I still like factions, and I still want to do it. And I'm like, why not do OP factions? And it was really Blake that, when he asked me to do it, and I was like, alright, sure, let's do it. I think that was during, the last few 7-8 episodes of regular factions that he asked me, and we started that. And we went up to episode 5, then we kind of stopped. And then recently, about a week or two ago, probably 3 to 4 weeks ago now, I think about it. Time's been flying by. Probably 3 weeks. I brought back the series after episode 5 or 6 OP factions. I brought it back, and I was quite pleased with it. I was having a good time with it. And I'm like, that'd be great if like faction join you, that sort of thing. But yeah, we ended up creating our own little faction, did that for a little bit. And then I went to Europe, the whole trip type deal. Yeah, that took about 11 days, and then when I came back, I was greeted by someone I had never met before. I was also greeted by him in the comment section. I believe it was God Complex YouTube name and Nagu general Discord Minecraft name. Bit of old. Yeah, and he was the leader of Jamaica, and then we started kicking off there, and we decided to do factions with them, and honestly, it was the first legit faction that I was actually able to be active in. I can say there was one other pretty much a legit faction I was in, and that would be Supreme. However, the faction's shortly disbanded as soon as I joined. It was quite funny how I joined that faction, but I need to be focused on current things. So, basically, I was hanging out in Jamaica. However, as much fun as I did have in Conquest, the airdrops, just the feel the faction gave was just the way they spoke, the language used, it wasn't very considerate, or I should say, it just wasn't welcoming, and so it was unsettling. But I was, okay with it, 'cause I'm used to harsh language, but it's just, yeah, so there was that, and I was just uncomfortable with it, and also, because it was an unwelcoming and type deal, yeah, it was just, yeah. I'm just trying to explain it, but I'm like, it's just, yeah, you get it, but you don't, probably. So, yeah, Jamaica faction stuff, not quite, it didn't feel welcoming. And, oh, I know what it is. I know why I'm short on thinking. Let me take some coffee. Alright. I made myself some black coffee, so, I can wake myself up a bit. Been really tired today, because, and what sucks is most of my classes won't let me eat. Alright. Anyway, back to Jamaica. So, Jamaica, wasn't welcoming, all that, blah, 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 blah. What was real frustrating was that usually the first resort to when something goes wrong, or remotely goes wrong, is to run. And we basically almost always have the numbers. It's just that our faction leader and faction members aren't confident in themselves and their PvP skills. And honestly, I'd rather them be bad PvPers and be confident in themselves. Because honestly, I'm pretty sure that would take you much farther than just be, I'm not good at this, and I'm pretty sure. I just believe confidence takes you a long way. So, I mean, that was an issue, and there's one distinctive instance where I'm like, this is just why. Blake was hollering for help. I'm like, I can't. I actually had a legit reason. I was like, I have no gear, like, because the events that we were doing was shredding through our gear collection, which was made up of me, all my gear, and Blake, all of his gear, and we're not active every day. We're active, like, roughly, I don't know, once or twice a week. And then because of Jamaica, I was, like, incredibly active, like, just as active as them. But anyway, so we didn't have a lot of gear, and we basically were running out of gear. And I was asking for help, with gear, and it honestly took a while, but once, it got around, I was able to get myself gear. And that was nice of them and incredibly generous. And they distributed, the rewards fairly and all that. It's just that in the midst of the combat, it's just working with them was such a pain because, like I said, main resort was running. We had the numbers, we had the power, it just didn't make sense. A lot of plans and a lot of just ruling of the leader, and the leader made a lot of bad calls. Several. I can say that. And those bad calls and honestly, he wasn't too supportive of a lot of the members in the faction, He's kind of more negative than positive. And so I was not comfortable with that. And also, I mean, it was just a mess. Granted, it was my first, faction that was legit, and it was actually being a faction and factions. And it was, like, official, and it was good in that department, but it was bad in just being well-rounded and everything and all that. Granted, the leader himself, I'm not throwing shade at him. Honestly, like, when I was talking to him and stuff, he's pretty cool. He's not, like, a mean person or an angry person. He's just cool. I just believe that when time of action calls, it shouldn't be him making the calls. For the most part. There are some times where he's accurate. But yeah. So, I had several issues, and honestly, I was thinking, and I told Blake, and Blake was basically on the same page with me. Yeah, well, he was a little bit ahead, honestly, just a tad. But yeah, he's like, I want out. I want out of this faction. However, if we do, knowing these people, they're just gonna target us. And that, yeah, he was right. They were gonna target us if we were to just be like, all right, we're gonna leave. Sorry, it's not working out. Yeah, they were. So the plan was, hey, we'll just be inactive for a while, and then yeah. But I'm also thinking, I still want to hang around a bit because this is my first official faction that's actually being a faction, and it's kind of fun in that department, and it's kind of hard to get into. Such talk. So I was like, not ready to do that yet. I was, Sure enough, school starts, makes things difficult, and when I get the chance for Conquest, I'm like, alright, Conquest is today at 3. Turns out I was an hour off. And not only that, I log in, and I'm like, hey, so when's Conquest? And I'm like, we don't do that server anymore. They bloody didn't tell me they were done with SkyCade. They just straight up were like, alright, we're done with SkyCade. As a whole, it's no more. We're not gonna do factions SkyCade. We're doing factions elsewhere. Which, I mean, I'm still in their Discord, and I see that they do factions on other servers and stuff. But, I mean, I'm interested in SkyCade. SkyCade, I know why leave it. Plus, I built my fan base, roughly 1/3 at least, out of SkyCade. Let me take a squiggle off it. So, Jamaica, the faction, is no longer on SkyCade. And I know for a fact because I checked the F-top, sure enough, they were gone. And that was probably because we missed Conquest, because they didn't do it. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with factions. OP factions, on hold at the moment. You may see a few things here and there, but it won't be like, the last few episodes have been. And that's honestly, better or worse, your take on it. I mean, I feel like there's positives and negatives to this. So yeah, I'm out of affection, so choices either make my own, once again with Blake, John, Ryan, Games YT, Jace, I believe is the name. Yeah, I could do that, or I could look for another faction, make a forums post, do something. Something along those lines. So yeah, I really needed to just be like, this is what's happening with factions. I know it hasn't been like a long time, and it just kind of just eased off, like, I don't know, last OP Factions, episode 6, I kind of just left it there. Didn't really say why. But yeah, so there's that. Now, school is, oh, that's cool. School for me has been starting up, and it's honestly not fun. It is, ugh, I hate it. But, I mean, you know, I'm having fun with German class. I mean, that's kind of cool. I mean, granted, not allowed to speak English for the most part, but I don't know. I just enjoy learning that class for some reason. It's cool. Enough of that. So, yeah, I've been basically driving every day my stick shift truck, trying, you know, learn it, and basically in like 10 days, I'm going to get my license. And hopefully I'll pass with my truck. I want to use my truck to do the test because I'm going to be driving my truck, so it makes sense. So that's my goal, is to be ready by then. I'm still, like, my first time on the highway was yesterday. I was so uncomfortable with it, especially when you set it into cruise control. Oh, so uncomfortable. That gas pedal actually moves down when you set it, but that's my truck. I know it's not the same for everyone else's cars, but yeah, that was an interesting thing. But yeah, basically, I've been going every day around 5-ish. And so that takes roughly half an hour to an hour and a half, usually, out of my day. And then I have homework. And here's the thing. If I took all regular classes, I'd be fine. I'd have near to none. It'd be easy. But I took all honors because, one, there's a lot of just not, I don't know. There's a lot of students in standard that are just don't care. And what else? What was the other reasoning? It's very easy in those classes. I mean, honestly, I finished the work within, like, you know, 'cause I did English standard, so I kind of know, you know, how it is and how it isn't a little bit. But yeah, so I have all honors, so that means I do get work. I still consider it easy work. But here's the thing. The way my school has it set up, which, oh, I hate, is that you're supposed to take math, science, English, social studies freshman year. I'm like, okay. This year, sophomore year, math, science, English, no social studies. And I'm like, what's up with that? I still need to get 3 credits in this class, and I need 3 credits in science. I need 4 in English, 4 in math. I know math and English isn't going to go anywhere, at least. But, basically, they're saying, you know, you should be taking more electives, you know, be exploring more. I'm like, no. That's not, no. Senior year, I want to be getting ready to take my main college core classes, so that way I can get a leg up on the crowd. And, you know, just, you know, get started earlier. It's not because I'm super smart or anything, it's just, I feel like it helped me in life in the long run, if I were to do that. And second off, I mean, why should I be taking more electives when I kind of know where I want to go with things? /stop. So yeah, there's that, and basically, my school's designed to not take social studies class sophomore year and not take science class junior. So, I'm like asking for any ways around. Can I just sit in on higher level classes? I eventually came to the, why did I do /top? Okay. Let's just head back. Alright, so. Wait, was it that yeah, it was. I'm smart. Sorry, I was just so focused on what I was talking about. you know? Anyway, I found a ways around it. And here is where I start complaining about the work. I have to suck it up. I was expecting this anyway. So, yes, and I found a ways around it. There was one class I could take for the social studies credit for sophomore year. Guess what it is? Alright, now that you've typed in the comments, yeah, I'm one of those guys. No, I'm joking. Alright, so, it is AP US History. Oh boy. College class. It is legit a college class that is and about half and half are my grade level and other half are juniors. That's what it looks like. So a lot of the students are really smart and a lot of them I don't know too well or I'm just not comfortable talking to. I just don't really have any friends in there. / dots. So it's kind of just, when I'm in that class, it's just like, alright, I'm here to get my work done and all that. And I have this huge AP textbook from there that I have to read. Basically, I had to have chapter 1 read by Monday. Guess what? I interpreted it as reading chapter 1 Monday. Yeah. So I messed that up. And so I had to catch up on that yesterday. And that's what I did. And I had to have chapter 2 read by, guess what? Today. So I had that. I started it. And then I read a little bit more, and then the class came, and then I got the focus questions, and now I have 2 more questions left to work on. My goodness, the questions are... they result in paragraph answers, basically. So yeah, I'm working with that, and it's quite strenuous, time-consuming, all that. Roughly takes an hour and a half for me to do it, and I'm very slow at my work because it's got to be right type deal. I mean, I don't know. I just work slowly, and I usually get the right answer when I do, so I stick with it. Let's sell these items. But yeah, so there's that for school. I have homework and work that I'm not generally used to. That would have been bad if someone just was behind me to pick it up. This is my favorite pickaxe. What would I do without you? I want to go in here. Thank you. Let me access my stockpile. There we go. But yeah, so that's how schooling is. It's time consuming a bit more than usual for me. So I'm working with that, and also I'm posting a YouTube video once every day. That is roughly half an hour to an hour, and takes up roughly another hour of editing and all that. Granted, not the entire time of it being edited is, me working on the edits. It's also me just having to be there while it's editing, so I'm able to multitask some in that window. But the thing is that I have roughly an hour of driving, roughly an hour of eating, because I watch shows with my family while we eat, so that's always pretty much guaranteed an hour. So I got an hour there, I got an hour there, and then I got an hour there for homework, which is 3 out of... and I get home roughly around 4. Take a shower, half an hour. I'm losing time, basically. So, I have, let's say, so from 4 to 10 is about 6 hours. And then I take away half of that, and then I got 3. Which leaves me a little, well, granted, you could say 3 hours is good free time, because, those of you that really do work yourselves a lot. Oh, I mean, that's, I don't at all consider that a lot of time. Or at least enough. And that's like at most, guys. That's not like average. I average 3 hours. No. I wish, honestly, because there are days that I hate life. Those are days, not my entire life, thankfully. Let's do item exchanger. Boom, boom, boom. Hopefully I get a better crate. If not, then bad. Basically. There we go. Level 1, level 10, level 8. I got all worst crates. You're a horrible game. But yeah, so more time being taken up. I can't really complain about knowing other people's lives, but I'm just saying that it does affect recording and all that. Which means, yesterday I did my recording at around 9, and I'm incredibly tired, and honestly I've been trying to go to sleep around 9, so I can get up earlier so I can do my video recording then. But I haven't made the full transition, and whenever I do actually succeed, I end up sleeping more, and I feel even worse throughout the day. And it doesn't help that I can't eat in my classes, and so I'm starving, and since I'm so skinny, it just piles up, and I'm really hungry by the end of the day. I'm really hungry right now. It kind of makes it hard for me to focus a bit. Just kinda, you know? Yeah. Let me see if there's any other topics I need to cover. Twitter, I get a new follower. I have 5 followers now. Yay. Subscribers, I have 57. Used to have 58. I will miss whoever unsubscribed. Probably just someone that subscribed me a while ago and just got unsubbed for not viewing my content. You know, usually for the best that YouTube does that. Or they just straight up unsubscribe, you know, whatever works. Twitter, go there for notifications on this kind of stuff, you know, content, whatever I do. Discord link, you know, go there, chat, all that good stuff. TubeTT. So, here's where I'm at with TubeTT. TubeTT, I have no priority queue, which makes it so difficult to get content off of. And not only that, when I do get on, there's a good chance I'm going to get disconnected. At least a 50. And not necessarily right away, but sometimes to where it'll hinder my content or prevent me from making content. And also because of the long wait of the queue, it also makes it difficult for timing it, for setting a time when to do it, it's a huge roadblock. And so doing TubeTT is so difficult. But honestly, when I do it, I have a great time because it's TubeTT, it's awesome, it's fun. There's a lot of history behind it, and also that's where huge majority of my viewers come from. Not necessarily subscribers. Honestly, I'd still say that's probably 1/3. And Hypixel's probably another 1/3. And SkyCade's 1/3. That makes up everyone, for the most part. That's how I see it. Because most people that watch my content, alright, let's say the highest viewed video from which is TubeTT. Let's say all those people that viewed that video subscribe to my channel. Take a guess how many subscribers I'd be at. Alright. That may be a lower or higher number, depending on how many YouTubers talk about this and what level they're at. That'd probably be around 100 subscribers. 100 to 115. And if you were to add every single viewership, then yeah. So, no, not every single person that comes across my channel subscribes, obviously. But yeah. So, TubeTT does give me a lot of viewership, and not only that, I quite enjoy it as well, and it doesn't really get boring except for when you're sitting there holding W while you're wandering in the nether. Other than that, it's pretty interesting. For the most part, it is doing that in the nether. But that's why I want to mainly cover and say this. I'm still doing TubeTT. It's just been a while. I'm still trying to figure out things with school and how TubeTT is going to work with school. And honestly, I have a plan that I have yet to execute and currently working on it at the moment. And that is to get up around 5 a.m. and get myself into the queue on TubeTT and then log in, and then I'll be able to be active on Tubi then. And that'll be during the school week. Now, if I were to need to do like some traveling here and there, that would be during the weekend when I actually have the time. And so I will try and do that this weekend. And also maybe I'll get it to work this week as well. But basically, I've decided for my accounts that King Awesome 14, my alternate account, will be for spawn patrol. You know, viewing cool stuff around spawn, exploring. For the most part, I'm not really going to be killing people because I want to avoid people for the most part. But that account is geared, so if need be, I have the resources to do so. However, if I did get in a fight, 32k weapon, someone with a 50% chance who would be hunting me down would have that weapon and one-shot me. So it wouldn't matter, but hey. And my main account, this account, I will use for traveling further out and further out because I plan to base, and been planning to base for a long time. I'm starting to believe it's not going to happen, which may make me make my own base somewhere far out. But yeah, so that's where I'm at, and that's what I'm thinking, and those are my plans for 2B2T. If you stayed this entire conversation, thanks. It means a lot that you actually care about my channel. If you skimmed around for the good parts, you know, what you want to hear, that makes sense, honestly. It's probably what I would do. But yeah, there it is. And there was me running around spawn. How many times? Someone say it in the comments for me. Thank you. Probably not. If you do, it'll help with closure, obviously. I don't care. So, yeah. That's where I'm at. A lot of updates, a lot of plans. Yeah. I have no idea what's gonna happen with this. And when my birthday comes and I start recording Xbox content, I don't know if I need to make a second channel or just post it. I'll see what happens. But time will tell. We'll see what happens then. And yeah, so make sure you leave a like if you like, subscribe if you like what I do here and you're new here. And if you've been watching my content for a while and, you know, you just haven't subscribed, just know that if you do, it helps me feel like I'm doing the right thing. And plus, once I hit 1,000, I can actually, you know, make money off of this and keep doing this more. I'm just, hey, that's a dream, alright? I'm doing this for a hobby. As I got the time, well, I'm running out of time, but I like to make stuff, and making videos falls under that department of making things. So, yeah! Twitter, as I mentioned earlier, Discord, as I mentioned earlier, why you should subscribe to B2T, Hypixel streams, and SkyCade series, such as this one where I talk about stuff while mining. How awesome. Alright. Now, if you stayed here till the end, props. You hear that, or you just left your computer on, you're half asleep, whatever works. But I'm ending this off now. Thanks for watching, and best of luck to you.